Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a health empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Had about a 50-minute meditate state today. It's pretty chill. It's pretty chill. Then I came out to an invite to a meeting in about 35 minutes Eastern Standard Time, so I'm starting early today. I was listening to Aquarius Rising Africa. Africa Rising. Aquarius Rising Africa. I just have all the words in my head. I have to put them in the right order. There's a lot of contenders up there. There's a lot of, not contention, but there's a lot of contenders for words. A lot of stuff wants to get out. So it's like one at a time. First things first. First things first. Oh my goodness, the overload, man. But it was cool because I don't like reading, so I like listening to Jessie Zaboter, and she was hanging out with Monet. He's such a gem, man. He's a shiny gem. He's just bing! Hey, Monet, you should check out Steven Universe. I think you might like it. Or like Dirk Gently. Holistic detective, stuff like that, you know, because not everything's bad, not everything's demonic, not everything's evil, not everything's wicked. People keep focusing on that, and then that's what grows. See, like this, like my shirt, this is also air sign. It also stands for an air sign. So, but it's the hand, it's the whole hand kind of thing. But, so, like, everything is duality. Everything has good and bad parts. It's just the part that we are responding to is what is going to make the earth how it is, the heaven on earth, the Garden of Eden. And I today it was like Bible study for me because Jessie was talking about Cain. Because, see, that's where they lost me. That's where they lost me. You have Adam and Eve, and they're the only two, and then the rest. So everybody's related. So everybody's incest. You know, people are like, no, that's not how it is. I'm like, you start with two people and grow from there, you know? And so she was talking about the Canaanites and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, and the bloodlines. And I'm like, oh no, which one am I? I know I'm one of those. I know I am. We all are. Everybody is. We're all related. Started with two, and they ate the apple, the red apple. Now it's the red pill. Now it's the red pill. Huh, Stanley? Get it, meow, meow. I'm in my notes. I got my notes. October 7th, 2020. Is it the 7th? Yeah. Time is so weird, man. So, I didn't get suckered or scammed on Craigslist today for $2K. I call that a win. But at the same time, I didn't get a new address. But there's still an address for me and Ma out there. It just hasn't been given to us yet. But close, it's close. Kitty! Ah! That is a no cat zone. Come on. Kitty. Relent. Go back over there. Yep, zoom. It's okay. Yeah, don't run too far. Don't be too... God, so bitchy. So how about this for a funny story? I paid the $900 balance of the water bill off yesterday, and they still haven't turned it back on. They're not coming today. And I did it like early. It was like 8 o'clock. It was like 8 o'clock. It was early in the morning. So they had all day. That's 1 business day, 2 business days. I'm not going to say nothing too, because I'll just keep it off until turnover, you know. It works in my benefit, but that's just what I'm like. These systems are so fucking dumb because the people that are running them are they're ignorant, man. They're just they don't know how to solve problems. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to pass notes. They don't know how to get systems that work, and you know, it's funny. Now I paid it off, and it's just hilarious to me, man. I'm not gonna tell them either. I'm not going to tell them. Why? Because they pay themselves. They take all millions of dollars from 167th. That's all the number of people that live in Salem, Oregon. is 167,000, and they suck enough taxes and funds from 100 and from that many people, from all the bullshit rules and regulations that they have to suck funds to paint the lines on the street like every 2 weeks, to put like little stupid logos that they use epoxy to paste the logos to the sidewalks. Keep these drains clean, but the toxic the adhesive is toxic, and then the adhesive wears, and now you have more plastic litter. It's just more of do what we say, because we're control freaks and freaking fascists and shit like that, and give us all your money to tell you to do this when 530 people have died in 10 months. I think more people probably died in the fires. Honestly, because they're never going to tell you how many people died in those fires. We'll never know. Because it's their negligence. It's their neglect. It's the people in charge's fault. And they're liable. Isn't that what liability is? Is somebody has to take responsibility for things that haven't happened yet? Isn't that what laws are for? To create rules so people can interpret them and then tell people when they're wrong and right? It's all controlling, man. Ain't no spirit in that. There is no spirit in that. Now there's hell to pay. We gotta pay for our sins, folks. Gotta pay for our sins. Nobody's getting out of this life alive. So, operational risk management part 2. Give you a little bit of my frame of reference. I think I'm gonna post my resume. I'm gonna post my resume on Instagram. Yeah, just so I can verify that I'm now a work from home daughter trying to earn supplemental income through all means. I'm a jack of all trades, jack of all tirades. I just want to help. I've healed a lot of my shit, and so since I see so many people out there that are so pissed off, clearly all these motherfuckers haven't healed themselves, and they're just gonna keep hurting themselves. So when they decide they're gonna get tired, like little babies that are throwing a tantrums that just keep going and going because they don't want to go to sleep, or because they don't want to wake up, I should say. They'll burn themselves out, and then they'll and they'll wake up, and then there's a new world, and you can't be an asshole in this new world. You can't. You can't be freaking dominant in your masculine energy, and that goes for females too. My masculine energy has been a struggle. I've struggled with it because I've struggled with people that recognize it in me and want to snuff it out and put it out, and they want to take out my light. They always want, because I can always put a positive twist on things, and they're like, and they don't understand because they have all this stuff and they still don't have as much gratitude in their life and in their heart as much as I do. I wore this shirt today. I got it when I went to Grand Canyon. I like this shirt. I don't like how big it is. I was almost 200 pounds when I bought it, so I was a lot bigger. I was very unhappy, but I had everything that I wanted. Anyway, it's probably going to get put away because, see, it says Journey Through Time, Grand Canyon, Arizona. And I got it at the Bar 10 ranch that you fly into, and you get to stay the night and sleep in a covered wagon or wherever you want under the stars. Whatever, it poured down rain that night, so I didn't sleep under the stars. My dad did. He got soaked. Anyway, I chose a covered wagon, number 9. Maybe it was 10. I don't remember. Maybe it was taken. But then you got to go fly out on a helicopter the next day, and then go down Grand Canyon for 3 nights, 4 days, or I guess it was 2 nights, 3 days. You end up, yeah, that's a trick. It was a good time. It was a very, very good. Anyway, I woke up this morning and I was listening to Marge Astrology, Mama Magali, and she was talking. Because I listen to stories, and then I'm on a different page. I'm scrolling through news. I'm taking in other data. That's why I like the tubes, because I can just open up put a story on in my phone, put it in my pocket, and go on about my business. And she was talking about in the depths of like falling in the depths. And I'm not even kidding. The synchronicities are just like, okay, that's cool. That's just another one, man. But she was talking about the in the depths. And like, I'm not even kidding. I was reading an article right then about how a 25-year-old kid was taking an ussy, a selfie, or he was getting his picture taken. Maybe he wasn't taking. I don't know the facts. I know that he got too close to the edge and he fell off, and he lost his life because people don't take into operational risk management. Just like that 43-year-old dude did a week and a half ago. He climbed out on a branch over the ocean. They think people just don't think like how fragile life is. It don't take much to freaking break a body, to kill a person. It don't take a lot. It don't take much. It don't take much, and people just they're flying off, and they're like, I saw a video. I don't like watching stuff because I saw snuff films, and my life was so traumatic when I was growing up. That's why I'm like, why are people so turned on by this violence? Because they don't know about it, but they're finding out about it. They're finding out about it. What time is it? So, I made some notes about what Jessie was talking about. She was talking about the Canaanites, and then it made me think about how Adam and Eve and how people, don't just falling into temptation. I call it chasing sensations. All that outwardly word stuff, material, retail, everything. I know about it because I always did it. Now, I like a lot of pretty girls that just did not like me back, but they sure did act like they did. They surely did act like they did. Anyway, so now I'm a nun, M-O-N-E. I was talking about that with my pal Manny. I'm like, it's been so long, people can't even call me a lesbian anymore. I don't count. As a matter of fact, I think the club called and it revoked my lesbian card because it's been too long. Nope, inactive service. Anyway, so the red apple, but people fall into temptation just like, because we're spirits having a human experience, but all that chasing sensation, soul sack stuff is what people like because it feels good, but spirit stuff feels better, but it kind of turns off the promiscuity. It puts a damper on things is what it does, and the damper the stuff that people that it puts a damper on, people really get a lot of satisfaction and power from that. So I think it's funny how there's the apple, the red apple, and now it's the red pill. People are taking it, and she explained it as when they took the apple, it's like they didn't know the evil. This is my interpretation. Now this is my looseness. They didn't recognize the evil and see all the evil to the dark. And then as soon as they took the apple, they were exposed to all the demons in the dark. It like gave them the eyes to see. And so, with that, it also gave them the experience of all the things that happened in the darkness. So that is the seed of empathy. And that's where Heyoka come in. The biggest empathist in the land. I'm an empathist. I'm empathistic. I'm writing that down because I never said it before. New word. What's the date? October 7th, 2020. The day empathistic, Marge said. Anyway, so... And that's what's happening now is people have gone into the darkness because all the Rona. Because all the Roro. And so they're gone in the darkness and they're all taking the red pill and now they're seeing all the darkness. And now people are going to be traumatized for, it's going to be, 2020 is the year of clear vision. 2021 is going to be the year of triage from what people are coming to rectify in this year. But just with the bestiality alone, and I'm speaking in very literal terms. Yep, just the bestiality alone. And you start thinking about zoos and the zoos, the Omaha zoos. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What kind of parties are they having after hours at the Omaha Zoo? Ooh. Oh, wow. Kitty, kitty. He's under the chair. That was wild. I've been, because when I worked in at CUMC, that's what I call it, poor people's hospital. There's several hospitals in Omaha, but there's only 2 level 1 trauma. And see, the hospital that I was at was one of them. And they would get like the Jesuit. Oh, wow. They would get, whoa. The animals would get hurt, and then they would bring like the tortoises, like the big, huge, giant tortoise they brought in, and then a tiger they brought in after hours, and I got to be there. And then they were having trouble transferring images, so I got to go down to the zoo and go look at in their back offices and transfer images over from what we receive for their veterinarians. I'm just getting a really big epiphany right now, and I don't like it. And I'm doing it right here on live TV, or on live YouTube. So it's really weird. I'm tripping out right now. Wow, because I mean, I've been to, I'll just talk more about that later. Let me focus on my notes, because I really need to stay in the present moment, because that's what I do, is like I get these ideas about things, and then I wander around, and then, whoa, what? That's crazy. So that's crazy. Woo, I'm just seeing stuff. I don't take anything on as 100% reality, because I'm not unless I'm seeing. I believe in a multi-universe. Because for every human being on this planet, not even a human being, but for every being on this thing, for everything on this earth having an energetic experience is collecting data. Everything. I can't even see where the rock is because the sun's in my eyes. Huh, squirrel. Oh, lost it, that one. I knocked it over there, but see, we also just play games, See if you can catch without looking. So I try to do juggling and stuff. It's just always about using your body's abilities to what they can do. I get hurt a lot. I get hurt a lot. Wow. That was a big one. Alright, so seeing of all potential of darkness and feeling it. The dawn of the empath, Heyoka. Heal, support. That's what this next year is going to be, is healing and support. Because people are going to start remembering the trauma and all the nastiness. Oh shit, that wasn't a dream? Stanley, no! No! That really happened, because all this stuff. I know, because people always try to tell me, no, that didn't happen. I'm like, you're dumb. Yeah, it did. And this happened, and I could smell this in the air, and this was on the radio, and I got too much recall for people to be like that. I'm like, yeah, it did. And oftentimes, I got a lot of pictures that say, yeah, it did. But they're not really my pictures. They're not all the pictures, because all my stuff is on the cloud. So if somebody was mad at me, all I got to do is change my settings, and I will never have access to my stuff again. So I just borrow. Everything is borrowed. Nothing is mine, especially if you use a device. You want to hear a weird thing since speaking of OPSEC? This is why I keep all my everything off. I got overnight. I woke up, and there's a window that said it had a picture of an anime, of a cartoon, and then it had Chinese script, and it said was not able to download because of insufficient space on storage on phone or something like that. And I was like, well, good, because I didn't ask you to. I didn't ask for this download. And I look at my phone, and there's like 3 or other ones like that with just different pictures and a little bit variances, you know. And 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 then I got emails earlier today, like when I'll purchase a song from iTunes. I know, I already know. When I purchase this, or because it's an energetic exchange for me. So I don't like to. I'm not paying for a subscription and all that. I got Pandora where I could listen to free with a commercial every now and again. It don't matter. I grew up on radio, and so, my train of thought derailed. It was the song. It shifted because I wanted to start dancing. Oh, so I got these emails today about, and then it said like, it was a Chinese email, and then it said like 98 whatever, you know. It was a spoof email. But if people, everything's a spoof. The trick of it is you got to listen to yourself and your guts and stuff to learn how to read shit, because everything's a spoof. Everything is a spoof. So people got to figure out what is the true stuff, like with my Craigslist experience today. You know, it takes two. And go right. It's Rob Bass. It takes two. It takes two connections, potential. But sometimes this person's negative, this person's positive. You know, or positive and positive, too many positive people, that just makes cognitive dissonance. There you get two negative people, just that makes lightning, but we need lightning for light, you know. For all potential, it's where we direct our heart space, our electricity in our heart. What do we do with it? We got free will, man. We got choice. So you're going to go out in the world and you're going to help, or you're going to go out in the world and you're going to hinder? Are you going to help or are you going to hinder? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? All the hinders, man. Jessie was talking about that today, too. She's like, because I've been trying to tell people about people my whole life. I'm like, they are a freaking asshole. And they're like, you know, and I'm the one that, like, RPD is putting a gun in my face as a 15-year-old kid. It's just it's so stupid. And they're still assholes, from what I hear. So, one can't pay for trust. One can't pay for trust. Every government agency. I don't know what I was talking about that. Input. King of God. Oh, and then Monet. Shared on the conversation, and he just piggybacks what I'm. If he goes, we say the same thing. No! No! I'll put you in... No! Okay, that's it. That's 3. That's 3 no's. That's actually more than 3. You're not in trouble. You're a good cat. You just can't get my friend's soul. That's really much really Monet was talking about, because that's why I always kept my heart space. I always kept, like, even when I was in the Air Force, I got in trouble because I was always the one clowning around. I mean, I would be the most professional, but then when we were out of ranks or whatever, I'd be like, I'd talk some shit. Dude, I've always worked in man shit, you know. And I'm a woman that they know that they ain't gonna get nothing with. They ain't gonna get to any sensation result with me. So that's how you see when you see how people really treat people when you can't do something for them. And well, ladies, I know exactly a lot how your husbands are more than you do. You know. Because I see, you know, at the parties and stuff, how they treat you. And I'm like, wow, this is a really different picture than what they've been painting. Isn't that interesting? But I already know energy doesn't lie. People do. So he was talking about that's why they try to get the essence of a child and to break a child's spirit like a horse at a young age, because they are closer to source, because they just came from source. They just came from source. So they got the source in them. So we are supposed to be listening to them, not children are supposed to be seen, not heard. So anyway, so yeah, and they could never take they could never take my love, They could they and then now it's like the closer I get to God, the more tests that are coming, and I'm still just like in God's lap, in God's lap. Just, all right, man, you got this. Wake me up when I gotta go get the U-Haul and call my buddies to come and load it. But I'll just be here, because I can't do it. Because when I manage my life, and I'm a manager, I mean, that's what I do. I don't want to manage. I want to teach people how to be self-sufficient. I want to give guidance. I don't want to, because I'm too into free will, so that it goes against my heart when I'm like, do this, and because so that's why I like to speak in general terms from my own personal experience. Just I've had a lot of same experiences, a lot of people, but I haven't had all of them, so I can't speak on all of it. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I'll be back early in the morning. Maybe I'll come back later on the night. Who knows? I'll be back when I'm back. Hope you have a